Hi. Have you ever felt utterly powerless, stripped of everything you hold dear, and left to rot in the darkest corners of despair? What if I told you that from the deepest abyss, a force stronger than steel, more precise than a clock, and more patient than time itself can emerge? Get ready for a tale of transformation that will redefine what it means to reclaim your destiny. The Unyielding Calculus of Monte Cristo. Edmond Dantes, a young man brimming with life, stood on the precipice of a future as bright and boundless as the open sea he sailed. A loving fiancé, a coveted promotion to captain, and the respect of his peers, his world was simple, joyful, and uncomplicated. He was a man of straightforward virtues, with a heart too trusting for the treacherous currents of human envy. But beneath the surface of his apparent good fortune, a sinister plot was brewing, fueled by the bitter jealousy of a jilted rival, Fernand Mondego, and the calculated ambition of a cunning prosecutor, Villefort. Unbeknownst to Edmond, a seemingly innocuous letter he carried, an act of duty to his dying captain, would be twisted into a false accusation of Bonapartist conspiracy. His arrest, swift and brutal, tore him from his wedding feast, leaving behind a bewildered fiancé and a broken-hearted father. Thrown into the infamous Château d'If, a formidable island prison, Edmond's vibrant world collapsed into a suffocating darkness. The initial days were a blur of confusion, anger, and desperate pleas for justice that met only the unyielding stone walls and the mocking laughter of his guards. Hope, once his constant companion, withered under the relentless onslaught of solitary confinement. He cried out, raged, and eventually sank into a profound despair, contemplating suicide as the only escape from the endless torment. The years stretched into an unbearable eternity, each day a mirror of the last, a bleak canvas painted only with the shades of regret and an overwhelming sense of injustice. He had been condemned without trial, his dreams shattered, his very existence erased from the world. It was during this period of deepest desolation that a faint scratching sound from his cell wall, barely discernible above the sound of the waves crashing against the island, began to penetrate his apathy. This persistent scratching, a desperate effort from a fellow prisoner attempting to tunnel to freedom, became the improbable lifeline that pulled Edmond back from the brink. The prisoner, an elderly Italian abbot named Abbe Faria, eventually broke through into Edmond's cell. Faria was not just a fellow inmate, he was a living encyclopedia, a man of profound wisdom and boundless knowledge. He had been unjustly imprisoned for his political beliefs, but his spirit remained indomitable, his mind sharp and hungry for learning. Faria saw in Edmond not just a naive sailor, but a mind capable of extraordinary growth, a spirit hardened by injustice, but not yet broken. He became Edmond's tutor, his mentor, his intellectual liberator. For years, within the grim confines of their shared cell, Faria painstakingly imparted his vast knowledge to Edmond. He taught him languages, Italian, German, Greek, Arabic, opening up entire worlds of literature and philosophy. He instructed him in mathematics, science, history, and economics, revealing the intricate mechanisms that governed the world outside their prison walls. Most importantly, he taught Edmond strategy, politics, and the art of manipulating power dynamics, turning his raw anger into a sharp, precise instrument of intellectual understanding. He meticulously helped Edmond reconstruct the events that led to his unjust imprisonment, naming the true culprits and exposing their motives with chilling clarity. This revelation, though painful, transformed Edmond's despair into a burning resolve for justice. It was no longer simply about freedom, it was about balance, about ensuring those who had wronged him faced the consequences of their actions. Then came the astonishing revelation of Faria's hidden treasure, a vast fortune concealed on the island of Monte Cristo. This secret, entrusted to Edmond just before Faria's death, provided not just the means for his escape, but the resources to execute his meticulous plan. Faria's death, though sorrowful, offered Edmond his unlikely chance for freedom. Feigning death, Edmond was sewn into Faria's burial shroud and thrown into the sea. He emerged from the depths a changed man, no longer the naive Edmond Dantes, but a being forged in the crucible of suffering and knowledge. He was reborn as the enigmatic and supremely powerful Count of Monte Cristo. His escape was just the beginning of his grand design. He located Faria's treasure, transforming himself into a man of immense wealth and influence, capable of moving through the highest echelons of European society with effortless grace. He spent years cultivating his new identity, observing his enemies, gathering intelligence, and weaving a complex web of events that would bring them to justice. He approached his mission with the precision of a master chess player, each move calculated, each action designed to bring about the downfall of those who had betrayed him, not through brute force, but through their own greed and folly. His revenge was not swift or crude. It was an intricate, psychologically devastating process, meticulously orchestrated to expose his enemies' true characters and unravel their lives from within. Fernand, now a celebrated general, was disgraced by the revelation of his wartime betrayals. Villefort, the ambitious prosecutor, saw his carefully constructed life crumble as his dark secrets were brought to light. Each act of retribution was a testament to the years of patient planning and the profound understanding of human nature that Edmond had gained in his solitude. Yet, as his complex plan unfolded, the Count began to experience the bitter taste of his own success. He witnessed the collateral damage, the innocent lives inadvertently caught in the crossfire of his vengeance. He saw the suffering of those who were not truly culpable, and he realized that his relentless